A lot of people trying to justify what Trump is doing in LA. I see a lot of people embellishing what's happening in LA. I'm seeing a lot of like misinformation happening. Immigration has never been the kind of issue that warrants what we're seeing right now. Being an undocumented immigrant is not a crime. I'll say that again. Being in this country undocumented is not a criminal offense. It's not a crime. It's a civil infraction. Now, entering the country illegally is a crime. It's a misdemeanor. Like littering. You ever been snatched off the street from jaywalking? Me neither. But people who look like me used to. And you know what we did about it? We protested. Granted, they didn't listen to us until we started setting shit on fire, but that's neither here nor there. The reality is that if ICE had pulled up to known gang-affiliated neighborhoods or targeted known criminals or gang members or whatever, and, you know, arrested them legally, like with due process, and then deported them for the civil infraction of being here undocumented, then probably there wouldn't be that much of an issue. There wouldn't be a lot of civil unrest over that. But what they're doing instead is they're pulling up in unmarked vans, jumping out with no identification and masks on, and grabbing people at Home Depot and dragging them to the airport to get them deported. They're showing up to schools, they're showing up at church, they're showing up at court proceedings where the people are trying to get their documentation. They're showing up to those places and they're grabbing people and taking them away. Not gang members, not rapists, nurses, construction workers, the people that grow your food, the people that watch your kids. If they were pulling gang members, their faces would be plastered all over the news. Just people trying to survive here like you and I. Tearing apart families and traumatizing kids for a civil infraction. Once again, not a crime, civil infraction. That's not just. That's not justice. And for those of us who grew up saying the Pledge of Allegiance, when we hit that for liberty and justice for all, some of us meant that shit. You know what I'm saying? Liberty and justice for all meant everybody, not Americans, not only the documented, everybody. Liberty and justice for everybody. So we protest, which is our First Amendment right. Remember the Constitution? It's right there. And Trump does not like protests.
And if there's any protest that wants to come out, they will be met with very big force. By the way, for those people that want to protest, they're going to be met with very big force.
I'm sorry, is that a threat towards people who are exercising their constitutional rights? Trump doesn't like the Constitution, believe it or not. I don't actually think he's read it.
Your Secretary of State says everyone who's here, citizens and non-citizens, deserve due process. Do you agree, Mr. President?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know.
Well, the Fifth Amendment says
I don't know. It seems it might say that, but
yeah, I don't think he's read it because it's in there. It says it in there. So he's blatantly ignoring multiple parts of the Constitution. He's also calling for the arrest of California's governor, which I feel like if you, between the 34 felonies and releasing the people who pled guilty of January 6th, I feel like at that point, you can't really call for people's arrest no more. That's how I feel. You get what I mean? You can't be the guy calling immigrants, grapists, and you're in every photo with Jeffrey Epstein. Like, you can't do both. You know what I'm saying? What's actually happening in LA right now is a bunch of peaceful protests that keep on getting antagonized by people who are not supposed to be there. Trump illegally deployed California's National Guard against their own people. Yeah, he's not supposed to do that. Fortunately, the Supreme Courts have ruled that that was very illegal to do. But then Trump deployed the Marines, which are U.S. riflemen, to handle peaceful protests. He sent our primary killing force. The Marines have already detained a U.S. citizen, an Army veteran. As a Navy veteran myself, what the fuck? They're not even supposed to be there, and they're detaining U.S. citizens? Not a criminal, not a gang member, not even an undocumented immigrant. This can't stand. Trump can't just do what he wants here. America is a land of freedom. At least it's supposed to be. America is a land with no king. No king. And that's what I have to say about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.